Your neighbor just got $1,200 deposited into her bank account last month. Not from Social Security, not from a pension, from a government program she didn't even know existed until 3 months ago. Here's the problem. There are at least 9 programs like this that could be putting cash in your pocket right now, and most people over 60 have no idea they qualify. In the next 10 minutes, I'm walking you through all 9, with the exact eligibility rules and how to apply for each one. Here's why nobody talks about these programs. They're buried in different government agencies. Some are federal, some are state, some are county level. There's no central database. No one's going to call you and say, "Hey, you qualify for this money." Think of it like this. Imagine someone scattered 9 $100 bills around your neighborhood and said, "Go find them. They're yours if you can locate them." That's basically what the government has done with these benefit programs. The money exists. You might qualify, but you've got to know where to look. And here's what's really frustrating. Every month you don't know about these programs is a month you're leaving money on the table. Some of these pay monthly. Some are one-time payments. Some reduce your bills, which is the same as putting cash back in your pocket. I'm going to give you the name of each program, who qualifies, how much you can get, and exactly how to apply. No guessing. No, it depends. Just clear answers. Let's start with the biggest one most people miss. Program number 1, Medicare Savings Programs, MSP. This one can save you $2,000 to $7,000 a year, and about 3 million people who qualify aren't using it. Here's what it does. It pays your Medicare Part B premium. That's $185 per month in 2025, $220 a year. Some versions of this program also cover your deductibles and co-pays. Who qualifies? If you're single and make less than about $1,700 a month, or married and make less than about $2,300 a month. Your state might have slightly different numbers, but that's the ballpark. Now here's the kicker. A lot of people assume they make too much because they're still working part-time or they have a small pension. But this is based on your monthly income, and there are deductions. Your actual qualifying income might be lower than you think. How to apply? Call your state Medicaid office. I know Medicaid sounds like welfare, but this isn't welfare. This is a program specifically for people on Medicare who need help with premiums. The application takes about 20 minutes. Real scenario. Belinda is 68. Gets $1,400 a month from Social Security, has a small pension of $300. She's paying that $185 Medicare premium out of pocket. She qualifies for MSP, which means she get that $185 back every single month. That's $2,220 a year. She's currently leaving on the table. Now that's the big one. Here's number 2. And this one's a game changer if you're still paying for utilities. Program number 2, LIHEAP, Low Income Home Energy Assistance Program. LIHEAP gives you cash to pay your heating or cooling bills. We're talking $200 to $1,000, depending on your state and your situation. Who qualifies? Again, income limits, but they're higher than you'd think. In most states, if you're single and make less than $2,500 a month, or married, making less than $3,300, you're probably in range. Here's what people don't realize. This isn't a loan. It's not something you pay back. It's a direct payment that either goes to your utility company or comes to you as a check. How to apply? Every state runs this differently. Google LIHEAP plus your state name. You'll find a local community action agency or your state's Department of Health and Human Services. Apply in October or November if you need heating help, or May-June if you need cooling help. The money runs out, so don't wait. Program number 3, extra help with Medicare Part D. Your prescription drug costs could drop to almost nothing with this program. We're talking about paying $0 to $4 per prescription instead of $50, $100, or more. Who qualifies? Single making less than about $2,200 a month, or married making less than about $3,000. Sound familiar? A lot of these programs have similar income limits, which means if you qualify for one, you probably qualify for several. This one's worth about $5,000 a year for the average person who qualifies. That's real money. How to apply? You can apply right through Social Security, online, by phone, or in person. It takes about 20 minutes. Once you're approved, it's automatic. Your drug costs just drop. Stay with me here, because these next three programs are ones almost nobody knows about. Program number 4, Property Tax Relief Programs. Here's the thing about property taxes. They keep going up even when you're on a fixed income. But almost every state has a program that freezes, reduces, or even eliminates your property tax if you're a senior. Who qualifies? This varies wildly by state. Some states base it purely on age. You're 65, you qualify. Others look at income. Some look at how long you've lived in your home. How much can you save? I've seen people cut their property tax bill by 50% to 75%. That's $2,000, $3,000, even $5,000 a year staying in your pocket. How to apply? Call your county tax assessor's office. Say, I'm a senior. Do you have any property tax relief programs? They'll tell you what's available and send you the forms. Real scenario. Tom is 67, been in his house for 30 years, pays $4,200 a year in property taxes. His state has a senior freeze program. He applies, gets approved, and his taxes are locked at the rate from when he was 65. As property values go up around him, his bill stays the same. Over 10 years, that saves him about $8,000. Program number 5, SNAP, Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program. Yes, food stamps. I know what you're thinking. That's not for me. But hear me out. SNAP for seniors works differently than SNAP for everyone else. The income limits are higher. The application is simpler. And we're talking about $50 to $200 per month for groceries. That's $600 to $2,400 a year. Who qualifies? If you're getting SSI, you automatically qualify. If you're not, the income limit is around $2,000 a month for a single person, $2,700 for a couple. But here's the key. They deduct your medical expenses, including Medicare premiums, before calculating your income. So you might qualify even if you think you make too much. How to apply? Through your state SNAP office. Most states let you apply online now. The whole process takes about 30 days. Program number 6, Lifeline Program, Reduce Phone/Internet. This one gives you a discount on your phone or internet service. We're talking $9.25 off per month. That's $111 a year. Not life-changing, but it adds up. Who qualifies? If you're on Medicaid, SSI, SNAP, or certain other programs, you automatically qualify. Or if your income is below 135% of the federal poverty line. That's about $1,700 a month for a single person. How to apply? Go to lifelinesupport.org. You pick a participating phone or internet provider. Fill out one form, and the discount shows up on your next bill. Program number 7, TEFAP Emergency Food Assistance. This isn't cash, but it's food, which means money you don't have to spend at the grocery store. TEFAP distributes free food through food banks and pantries. We're talking about shelf-stable items, fresh produce, sometimes even meat and dairy. The value? Easily $100 to $300 a month if you use it regularly. Who qualifies? Income limits vary, but they're generally similar to SNAP. The difference? TEFAP is easier to access. You often don't even need to prove your income. Just show up. How to find it? Call 211 or go to feedingamerica.org and enter your zip code. They'll show you every food pantry near you and their hours. Okay, 2 more. These last 2 are state-specific, but they're worth checking on. Program number 8, State Pharmaceutical Assistance Programs. About 35 states have their own programs to help pay for prescriptions. separate from Medicare Part D extra help. Some give you discounts. Some send you a check. Some pay the pharmacy directly. The amounts vary wildly, anywhere from $500 to $3,000 a year, depending on your state and your medication costs. Who qualifies? Every state is different. Some programs are only for certain conditions like diabetes or heart disease. Others are based purely on income. How to find out? Google your state name plus pharmaceutical assistant program, or go to MedicareInteractive.org and search for state pharmacy programs. Program number 9, Veterans Aid and Attendance. If you're a veteran or the surviving spouse of a veteran, this program can pay you up to $2,431 per month if you need help with daily activities. Who qualifies? You serve at least 90 days of active duty, with at least 1 day during a wartime period, and you need help with things like bathing, dressing, or eating. You don't need to have a service-connected disability. You don't need to have served in combat. This is different from regular VA disability. A lot of veterans don't know this program exists. How to apply? Through the VA. Fair warning, the application is complicated and takes months. But we're talking about $29,000 a year if you qualify. That's worth the paperwork. Here are 3 huge mistakes you need to avoid if you want to consider applying for all the 9 cash programs I listed earlier. Mistake number 1. Assuming you make too much to qualify. This is the biggest one. People see low income and think, that's not me, but these programs define income differently than you think. They deduct medical expenses. They don't count certain assets. Your actual qualifying income might be $500 a month lower than your gross income. What it costs you, every month you assume you don't qualify, is a month you're not getting benefits. For the Medicare Savings Program alone, that's $185 a month you're leaving on the table. How to avoid it? Just apply. The worst they can say is no, and you might be surprised. Mistake number 2. Not applying because the amount seems small. Why would I go through all that paperwork for $50 a month? Here's why. Because $50 a month is $600 a year. And when you stack 3 or 4 of these programs together, you're looking at $3,000, $5,000, even $10,000 a year. Real example. I know someone who qualified for MSP, $2,220 per year, LIHEAP, $400 per year, and extra help, $5,000 per year. That's $7,620 total. Would you turn down $7,620 because each individual program seemed not worth it? Mistake number 3, applying once and giving up if denied. These programs have waiting lists. They run out of funding mid-year. Your income might be $50 too high one year and $50 too low the next year. If you get denied, ask why. Ask when you can reapply. Sometimes your situation changes, you retire, your income drops, your medical expenses go up, and suddenly you qualify. Here's exactly what to do next. First, make a list of which programs you think you might qualify for based on your income. Be honest about your monthly income. Write it down. Second, start with the biggest ones. Apply for the Medicare Savings Program first if you're on Medicare. That's $2,220 a year minimum. Then extra help if you take prescriptions. Then SNAP if you're close on income. Third, set aside 2 hours this week to make phone calls. Call your state Medicaid office. For MSP, call your local community action agency. For LIHEAP, call Social Security for extra help. Get the application started. Fourth, don't do this alone. Bring a family member or friend to help you fill out forms. These applications can be confusing, and it helps to have a second set of eyes. Finally, keep copies of everything. When you apply, make copies of your application and any documents you submit. If they lose something, which happens, you've got backups. Look, here's the bottom line. These 9 programs exist because someone decided seniors who need help should get help. But they're not going to come find you. You got to go find them. If you qualify for just 3 of these programs, you could be looking at $5,000 to $8,000 a year. That's not pocket change. That's real money that could cover your utilities, your groceries, your prescriptions, things you're paying for right now out of your own pocket. The applications take time. Yeah, but you know what takes more time? Worrying about money every month when there's help sitting there you're not using. If this was helpful, hit that subscribe button. I break down programs like these every single week. Next video, I'm covering the biggest Medicare mistakes that cost people thousands. You don't want to miss it. Now go make those phone calls. You've got this.